Right? Every Everything looks good, and there are so many buttons. And yeah, you can see, right? My post impressions are going so much down right now. I need to come back on LinkedIn as well. All right, everything apart, and let's directly jump to the topic on hand right now. So yeah, many people were asking me, Aditya, how do you solve XLBI challenges and everything? Share something with us, okay? So that we can also learn from you, from your live experiences and everything. And if I'm being honest, right? So normally I don't do, you can say, talk aloud loud, or I don't like even murmur anything, do anything when I am solving any challenge or any FMWC case or anything like that. I just simply like, you can say, the pin drop silence thing, or the way, not even a ripple in the pond as well. So that's kind of silence I normally prefer. Or if I get stuck sometimes, so what I do is I leave everything down, go outside, either have a walk or start reading books, or you can say watch animes or anything kind of that, so that I can come again and the whole thought process restarts. Great. So today I am just going to share with you one of the ideas. So how can I solve one of the XLBI challenges? And honestly, I haven't tried any of the XLBI challenges for the last week. You can say last 7 days actually. So let's directly go on his platform and let's see what can I do. And what I will do is I will solve one of the challenges which can actually make sense both in Power Query, Excel, and maybe Python if I can go there. All right. So this one actually looks interesting right now. Okay. So this was one of the challenges shared by another person, and XLBI has made this kind of thing. Let's see. Another one. This is just number generation. I'm not going to do that. It will be list generate function. Again, it doesn't make sense to me. Let's see what is this one. List the top three cities where percentage change from 2020 to 21 is the highest. Okay, kings will be decided. Hmm. Maybe we can try this one as well, and let's go this one as well. I will do this whole thing in Power Query. All right. So let's go directly here. What I will do is I don't want to save this file in my uh, shared drive. So instead, I will directly open this file in private space and let's download it. Okay, good to go. I don't need it anymore. Let it open. Hmm, it will open up the file. Yeah, I'm not going to solve this one in Excel right now. Let's directly jump into Power Query. Right. So what was the challenge there on? It's something looks like I need to figure out. Okay, a way. Um, let me see. Let me see. Plan one. Okay. So what is going on here is that. So here this one will come, right? This is the end date for this one. And here this one will be this one and task one. Okay, so I cannot directly use the XLOOKUP function here directly because uh, I need to keep on cumulative recursion kind of thing. So either I can use the list dot generate function or list dot accumulate function. All right. So list dot accumulate function. Let's try with that today instead of list dot generate function. So let's see what can we do. Good. Let me import this data into Power Query. All right. If you guys have any question in the comment section, any question regarding that, so you can ask me. Today you will be seeing like my complete disastrous process right now. Okay. So I will be needing plan start date and the end date. So what can I do is let's directly jump into here and I will add something like this way. End date, my plan start plus. So you can say that date, not duration from here, or either you can directly use the hashtag approach as well. It's all fine. All right. So here I am going for end date. Okay, right now. So now if it was easier, right? If I had got this one date to here, so what I can do is simply I will tell you one of the approaches. So if you see here, so let's see what we can do here. So let me directly go for the merging table. Merge queries, the start date, that not one here. The task is one of the way I will be going here again, the predecessor, the task date, and let's try the merging part, all right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm merging these two tables, okay? So one second. I will be needing here, right? The predecessor will come here, task will come. Let's try there. So let me see. Okay. So if you can see here, right? I have got my start table here as well and my start table here as well, right? And then what can I do here? I can do something kind of logic here and fetch the values. But what will happen is I have to do this whole process again and again, right? Because task 7 doesn't have any of the end dates right now, or you can say plan start date. So in a way, I will be needing kind of a way you can say cumulative accumulation kind of thing, but it will be getting hectic kind of way. So let's or tell me in the live chat, okay? So you are joining it live, right? So what you can say is either I just solve this one challenge only, all right, with everything I can share with you, or otherwise what you can say is I can solve two of the challenges. So we can do something like this one crazy thing. All right, but if I'm going to do, you can say that joining, so how many times I will be needing the join is, so I will be going for one by one row, right? So I need to do joining these many times and it will start getting complicated. Let's try this one as well. So this one is the start date. I will call right now the seed part and let's just say this is the start one part. Okay, step one. So step one is this. Then what I'm going to do here, let me see if I can make this one as well. Right, it is working. Okay, so I don't want to be needing this one. And I think because this is an enumeration, right? So what can I do? So this is one. All right. So I can make it shorter as well. One right now. So what can I do here now is that I can come here. I need to recurse it many times, right? So instead, let's just go for one by one right now. And then now I can use other tricks as well because this is the end date. So instead of doing that end date, I am going to write it, the name as seed part, or you can say the join part. That's a join table, right? And then I can come here and get the values of nulls here. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, just see this way, table dot replace value function. Then I can come for the seed part. All right. Then my old value, let's just say the join part right now. Okay, not join part, but actually it will be null only, right? And then I am coming here, each the join column. Let's just see what will happen right now here. Okay, replace sure, replace value only, not a problem. And then what can I do here? I am just going to write the name, plan start. All right, let's just see what has happened now. All right, let me see why it didn't work. Okay, it should have worked. Let's see. What can I do here? If I'm going to write here one, okay, it is coming. All right. So there is actually no join part here, right? So I need to start from the seed one part, and then what I'm going to do here is join. So if you see here, I've got my table here, okay? And then what can I now do here? I can come here and fetch the end date. So I am coming here, end date. So I've got the end date, and then finally what can I do here? Either I can use list minimum or list first. Great. So it is going to work here, and just see. I've got these dates accumulated, right? So this is my step two. Let's just go one by one step right now. And then I need to fill these values as well, and date here as well. So what I'm going to do here, I'm copying here again the S2 part, and wherever it is, my end date, right? And what can we now do here? So now I will be needing this much part, right? Not this much part, but each dot plan start, and then simply going for I am going to add the days here, duration from, and then here the duration part, right? You see here now what has happened here. I will summarize it as well so that even you guys get a bit of idea what I am going to do. So first what I did was I just added one of the columns here, table end date. Okay. So this was my end date, right? From where it is coming here, the source part. Okay. So because I will be using the, you can say cumulative iteration part. So that's why I have used this approach. And then what I'm going to do here, see, so I have joined the tables. So when I am going to join, so in a way, what will happen is wherever these stars are before there, okay. So it is fetching the values directly of the previous row they can identify. So you can see there, start row has identified this one. You can say that task one is there, but it doesn't have any value right now. Okay, so that's the way I want to do in a way that it will recurse till it find everything. And then here you can say that I have actually extracted the value, okay, from this table. You can see that these two are matching, right? So I have extracted the value here with this wall function. So that's my approach, that's my trick there with the table dot replace. And I think I have even shared this trick as well before. Let me see if I can identify it right now. Or otherwise, what I will do is you can find one second documents. I am here. I have earlier, very long ago, if I remember correctly. So you can come down. Mhm. Pitfalls. No, 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 not here. So it was very long ago. If I remember, around July or May, maybe May 2024. So transform columns, column names are there. Okay. Yeah, reference transform other column. While, yeah, so you can come here and What I will do is I will throw this link as well here so that you guys can also get the idea. I will later add it. So you guys can copy this link as well. So here I have referenced other ways. So here I shared my trick here. Okay. So how to do that. So that's a trick I am using right now here. One second. Let me go here and you can see that I have identified the values here, right? And then what can I do here? I am going to replace the nulls, these nulls again from by adding this value and this value. Okay. So that's the trick I am using right now. And then what can I simply do now is that, all right. So I need to recurse it, right? So before going forward, I need to delete this column as well because I won't be needing this now. So I'm going to delete it, the join column. This will be my step 4. All right. Let's see. Because I have done only two parts, right? So now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to fill up everything into list accumulate. So before going forward, right. So list accumulate, what will be my seed? This will be my seed. I am starting from here and then I am just simply saying, okay, not the seed part, but let's say how can I do that? Because I will be just going to iterate, right? So what I'm going to do here, simply 0 to, okay, it won't make sense. 1 2. Let's just go for list ec- uh, the number of count, table row count. All right. And how many are there in the seed? All right. Let's go to the seed and I will tell you why this won't work. Okay. So instead of doing that, let's just go for only two parts here right now so that we can at least have idea what I mean. And then what I'm going to do is current and then yeah. So that's the one. And let's just go for this one part. So I've got the seed part here, right? So let me say that will be my final step, right? So what I've done is simply here, I have fetched the values here. Okay. The seed part, it won't change. Now what I'm going to do here, I will go one by one and change everything. Okay. So let's just add everything in this way. What you can either do is you can use the let function or you can directly the way I normally use the records approach as well. So here let's mm, use directly the records approach because I will be preferring that. But in list accumulate, you cannot even properly decode it anyways. So it's all fine. So S1 is there and then what I'm going to do here, table nested, this is my seed, right? So what I'm going to do here is say seed. Okay. So if I'm going here, you can see here I am getting errors right now. All right. Because it won't convert into a table. It's all fine right now for me. Then I am coming here. Then I am copying this one part as well. So let's see. S2. Instead, I will come here as well. Yeah. S2 equals to. And let's see. This is my S1, right? So I think I am good to go there. All right. Wait a second. What has happened here? And please, let's okay. Comma part was missing. Yeah. So right now they are all giving me errors. Not a problem. S3 it will come here. S3 equals to this one. All right. Throw me errors right now. And then finally I'm coming here. The S4 part. S4 equals to this one. Okay. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm just simply coming for S4 part and that's it. All right. So you have got the idea, right? So this is working. Okay. You can see that in two iterations, because of these two iterations, I have got everything because task 2 is fetching on the values here. Okay. So what happened was task 1 and start part has done. So let's just now go for more approaches. Table, row count. and then simply the seed part. Let's see. Okay, this is taking time and I don't know why. Yeah, you can see now. All right. So it has worked. So instead of doing that, let's see what happens if I'm going to. Okay, this one is taking lot of time right now. So you can at least get the idea, right? So this one is taking right now, maybe because I am streaming and everything. So that's the reason. All right. So that's one of the approaches you can quickly go forward there. And let me remove all these steps and you can see that I have got quickly. Okay. That's the solution you can actually get. Let me do the report part. Format. All right. It is literally taking a lot of time and I don't know why. Maybe because of too many joins and everything. No idea. Okay. So this is true and this is, I hope, because Google Drive. So we have got the solution we wanted. So what I will do is I will quickly wrap it again so that you guys at least have the idea, okay, what I've done right now. So you can see that my step one was first to join it and then to fetch the values of the start date. And then I am fetching the values of the end date. And finally, I am removing the column. And that's it. So that's the way I normally, you can say, this is one of my approaches with the joins part. And I have told you in step by step as well. So how we needed the recursion part, right? But as you can see that it is getting slow, right? So I need to start from scratch again. So yeah, that instead of deleting it, let's just go for duplicating it part. Let's write it method one and then I will go for method two. All right. So it is literally taking a lot of time. So yeah, let's try some another method. So essentially what we needed to do was we wanted to, in a way you can say that I wanted to um, fill up the values directly here instead of deleting because I have to replace these null values, right, one by one. So what we can do is just see this way. This is one of the approaches I can use here. All right, I haven't shared this trick otherwise because there was no need to earlier in in any of the Excel BI challenges. Let's see what can we do. So here what I'm going to do here simply just say I'm going to fetch these values. Okay, so I am going to recurse it only till these values. So what I'm going to do, because I want to convert them into a records, so I am going to use table to records function. Okay, so table to records function and then I am going for the seed. All right, so you can see that I have converted each of my rows into records, right? So let me rename it record. Now, because I will be using the list accumulate operation, so what will happen is it will recurs in every of the rows. Okay. So now what can we do here? I'm going for this approach and then you can say that I will call it my step one again. So instead of calling step one, I will call it C. Okay. Because my variable in list accumulate will be C. So this is my record and I'm going to fetch the first value. Let's say okay, sorry. I'm now more habitual with Python right nowadays. So you can see that I've got my task one here. All right. So I've got my task one here ready. So this is my record C. Okay. Now what can I do here? I'm going to play with these records now. So first I need to figure out the plan start rate, right? So what I'm going to do here, because this is the predecessor, right? So what can I do now? I can use this function table dot select rows function. And because this is not a table right now, right? So I have to figure out a way so that I can play with the records and values only. So table dot select rows function will be much more helpful right now. So what can I do now? Because I need to provide a table, I am going to provide the seed here. And instead of calling it a seed right now, what can I do here? I will call it S only. Okay. So it will be easier for me when I will be making that wall function. So this is my S part. And then what I'm going to do, F function, and function I'm going for the task part here. And then equals to record, okay, my C. And then because TECE all right. So you can see now I've got, why did I need to use this one? Because if you see here, you can find that there is an extra space or something like some, you can say additional thing right now here. So I need to provide it in this way. Or let me see if I can directly provide this way again. Okay, it won't work properly. So I need to use this approach only. Right? Great. So now you can see that I've got this one ready, right? So this is my record and this is one my ready. So now what can I do here? I need to fetch my end date, right? End date. And then what can I do here? I'm going to use list first. Great. So I've got my ready, right? This value. Now what I need to do here, I need to uh, uh, you can say that replace this null value here. Okay, plan start value to my latest value. So what can I do now? I'm going for this one. Okay, so if you like, uh, when I was discussing this part in one of my workshops, so I told this as well. So let's just see what I mean here. So let's say this is my record, a equals to 1, b equals to 2, and you can see this is my record, right? And if I'm going to write it here, this one again, b equals to 5, let's say. So what will happen is it will replace the existing value. So that's the trick I am going to use here right now. So I am going to replace c with, combine the values, and now you can see that. One second. Okay, this one will be plan start equals to, and that's it. So you can see now I have integrated the value directly inside. So this is one of the ways you can actually replace these values, right? So uh, that's one of my ways what I'm going to do. So this is my step one, and then what can I do here? I'm going to use this trick again, and date equals to again, and what can we now do here is simply this one, and date equals to mhm, yeah, S1, and then simply you can say that plan start plus duration from, and I can directly come here and write the duration as well. Okay, so now you can see that one date plus 4 days, and then I can fetch the end values as well, right? So this is one of the ways you can actually do instead of using joins, and let's see how faster it can get right now. And now because I have got a record, right? So very few people actually know this trick. So how to replace a row in a table, right? So what can I do here? Table dot replace rows function, replace matching rows. So this is one of the functions you can say actually you can use. You can see here just on a fly. I'm not going to explain one by one thing in detail, but yeah, you can see that this is my original table and I have replaced these tables, these rows. Okay, you can see that A1 and B2, this is the first row and this is the row. And what I've done is I have replaced it this way. So now you can see that after this was the original thing, and after uh, updating with using this function, what has done is the first two rows has actually changed. Okay, so I'm focusing on this part only. So that's what I can use here as well. So I want to change my seed only. Okay, this is my S, and then replacement as list. So what can I do here? This is my C part. That is was my original record. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm simply going to write my S2, and that's it. One second. S2, and that's it. You can see that I have updated this record, right? So one by one record, we can actually do this way as well. All right. So let's see what we can do now. Records. I'm calling it as a seed right now. I will later change it as well. So now you have at least got an idea, right? So I'm going to iterate it one by one row and it will replace them. Let's see what can we do now. List accumulate function, and then simply I'm going for the s part right now because this is fetching the values directly here. I will later on. Okay, so these are my records actually. I normally gets confused with the reduce function, and then s part, and then simply saying s comma c, and let's just go for the s part here. Okay, so we are good to go. Then what can we do now? Let's see. So I'm going to copy paste this everything and make it in this way. Okay, so let's try with the let function right now, so that more people can understand. All right, so this is my let, and then I'm going for S1. And because I have gone with the let approach, right? So what can I actually do now is let's go inside here, and I am going to remove these three rows. Okay, so create, discard, and I'm coming here. Let's just see this way. Okay, so it will be much more easier than going doing this stuff. So now because this is my list accumulate, right? So what can I do now? I am going to cop copy this whole idea, delete this one part, and then simply let function this much part in s3. All right, let's see what will happen here. All right, so it didn't work. Great. Okay, let's see where things went wrong. So I think it might be fetching the values. See this one as well. So let me do come here and delete this row. All right, it didn't work properly. Mhm. Let's see where things went wrong. So instead of writing it this way, I'm going to make it seed and then okay, and let's see where things aren't working. So what I will do here, instead of taking too many records, I'm going for list first and then going for records, and I'm going for only two rows right now. Okay, it didn't work again. One second, okay. So what I will do here, let me see where I have gone completely wrong. So mhm, it should have come this way, right? So it even replaced the value as well. So I'm replacing the values here only. Mhm. Wait a second. Okay, yeah. Now I have to decode this whole thing again. All right, so please be with me, right? So that I can even get the idea what is going wrong here. Let me delete everything from here till. Yeah, it's fine. S2 and S3 should be within record. Mm, yeah, these are records only, so not a problem there. I copy pasted the values only there. Maybe I am missing something. Let's see. So what I'm going to do here, I'm completely going to remove this much part, or let's just say, because I've got steps, right? So what I'm going to do here, I'm coming here and 1 second. Instead of making changes here, what I will do here, I will duplicate the query, delete everything so that I can get a good glance where I went wrong. Okay, and here I won't be needing this much part as well. 1 second. Okay, S3. Let's see. And here what I will need as well. This is my S, and then finally I need to add the C part here as well. So C equals to records 1 comma. All right, let's see. Did you have a did you miss a modular reference? So it is saying me that I have missed some of the modular reference. Let's see. Instead of going there, I'm going to go for, or let's go this way. So where I have made. Okay. Seed matches, no records. Let's see. Table to records. Yeah. Okay. This is as part. This is my S part. Okay. So it happened here. Something have actually happened here right now. Great. S matches, no. Here as well it will be S, and here as well it will be S right now. Okay, so it is working perfectly fine right now. And let's see if I can understand it. So what can I do now? So at least this will now work properly. At least I hope so. Mhm. Or what can I do here? Let's see. Because I was directly taking, right, the first record. Okay. So let me skip this record. Okay, now it is working. So I know what has happened wrong there. I will tell you in a minute. Yeah. So now you can see that actually I've got the answer. It was my carelessness on my part. So I will tell you here what I mean. So if you see here, if I'm going to start with this one row, right? The start and everything. So what will happen is start won't find anything. I will tell you what I mean. So let's see. I'm going for the first record here. Okay. So if I'm going for the first record, so what will happen here? It will pull up the first row. Okay. And because there is no predecessor here, so the first step will be, let me remove this much part so that you guys can understand what I mean. So the plan start is again getting 0. Okay. And then I am again making this one as null part as well. and then every recursion is going on here, and it will actually make everything null here. Okay, so that was the reason. So the only thing we have to take care was I have to actually skip the first record. Okay, so that it doesn't actually make it as zero, all the other values as null. So that was a main crux here. So these are few things which comes again and again with everything, and now you can see that it is way more faster. Let's see. So if this one is again running on, right? But if you see here, this one is pretty fast right now. So joins are good in a way. I agree that, and I need to again go for empirical testing as well. So joins are great, but table dot you can say select rows actually beat it this time. I don't know the reason behind that, but yeah, it is far better compared to, you can say, that table dot join function. So let's see. If you now see here, let me delete everything, this too, and then what I'm going to do here, I'm even going to delete this one part as well. And let's see, load the table here, and let me convert them into dates, these two rows. Great. So I am getting my answer perfectly, and this is working way more faster compared to otherwise. And let's see what we can do here as well. So what I'm going to do here, I'm simply going to skip the first row and then going to multiply it as well. So let's see what can we do here. Let's see. I'm going to copy this one part, or let's say I will keep it as a source only. Table equals to, great. Let's make it this way so that we can even test it empirically as well. Okay. Mm, formatting, and then what I'm going to do, mm, table, mm, you can say that this way, table skip the table part, and then I'm going to repeat this table, and because I've got 10 rows right there, so let's repeat it for 5,000 times. And see, this is also taking time as well because of list accumulate or maybe something like that. I don't know how good list generate function will work on there, but yeah, this can work great. And because of live streaming as well, my CPU is on process, but yeah, you can even get the idea, right? So let's go for 500 for now. And what will happen? Okay, please don't crash, please don't crash today. Okay, yeah, it was pretty nice. Okay, so 5,000 rows, it is doing very good job compared to what we can say. So if you have any questions right now, you can ask me, or otherwise, like, what I will now do is simply I am going to just simply copy paste my code, and then I'm going to paste it. Okay, on Excel BI challenge. That's it from my side today. Let's see. And finally, because I will be needing the plan start date and end date, right? So what can I do here? Simply, let's say this is the generate part, and then I am coming here and then simply writing plan start and end date. Okay, my return. All right, guys. Thank you for being with me today. And I hope at least you guys have enjoyed it and learned from this thing. I'm not going to use that approach again. I'm going to use my standard records. Let me delete this query. I don't need it. I'm coming here. I won't be needing this one. Let's see. Let's see. So if you guys have actually enjoyed it, write it in the comments as well. So next time I will feel comfortable doing these challenges. Otherwise, like literally, even I was getting confused, and yeah, I actually don't like uh, talking loud. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, it is all fun. If I have solved this challenge beforehand, it would be so much easier, honestly, to explain what I've done. But yeah, I hope like this is my process, getting my hands dirty and everything. So this is the final output. Okay, so you normally see in your day-to-day life. Otherwise, my process is like completely messy, and I go one by one step, checking out everything. Today, I was just explaining a few things. Otherwise, I know. Okay, so what will happen in these scenes and everything. So you can get the idea. All right. Thank you everyone for being here, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. See you in the next live stream. And if you guys feel like I need to uh, explain a bit more concept, I normally do it in the Sunday gaming learning sessions, where I go like completely in depth about explaining everything about list accumulate and everything. But yeah, that's good to go. Great. Enjoy your weekend and bye bye.